Hello. Today's devotion is from Psalm 77. It starts with the first verse. This is how it goes. I pray to you, Lord God, and I beg you to listen. In days filled with trouble, I search for you. And at night I tirelessly lift my hands in prayer, refusing comfort. When I think of you, I feel restless and weak. O Lord, I will remember the things you have done, your miracles of long ago. I will think about each one of your mighty deeds. Everything you do is right, and no other God compares with you. You alone work miracles, and you have let nations see your mighty power. With your own arm you rescued your people, the descendants of Jacob and Joseph. Most of us can experience moments of quiet desperation. And often those moments of quiet desperation, they're temporary, they're fleeting, they only last for a moment, a day even. And for some of us, those days and weeks and months or a season can be times of quiet desperation, as though the darkness will never end. This psalm, Psalm 77, is a psalm of lament. It's a time for the psalmist to sit down and say to God, I'm desperate. I'm at loose ends. I see only gray in my world. It's a time for the psalmist to say, God, I'm just not feeling it today. Lament has a rich tradition in our faith. It's a time for us to sit down and to acknowledge the pain that we experience, the loss that we've gone through. It's a way for us to sit down and say to God, I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time over here. And it's okay to say those things and to admit those things and to talk to God in those moments of desperation that don't need to be so quiet. Now, the psalmist does something interesting at the second half of this verse. He laments absolutely. And in that lament, he reminds himself that this will not be forever. That God has always reached out to people who are lamenting, who are crying out in search of wholeness. That God reaches out an arm and rescues the people of Jacob and Joseph. He remembers that God parted the sea to save his people as they left Egypt. And since God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, the psalmist is reminded that this time, this season, is not forever, but God is. And so we can cry out with lament and be reminded that it's only a season, and God will be with us the whole way.